Good day everybody, this is Johnny here bringing you another episode of my Vainglory gameplay. This time it's going to be a solo casual match and I'm going to be playing Adagio. That's right, so as you know, I've always been complaining about how I've been playing support for many matches and I get sick of Arden and Catherine after a while, so I'm trying to diversify my roam pool. And now I'm going to be using Adagio. I have been using Adagio for a couple of times and I've uploaded a few videos as well. And I just can't get enough of saying how good this character is. But however, he is a rather hard player to use, a hard hero to use. I'll explain in just a while. So as you can see, the match is going to start right about now. And I'll be, of course, upgrading my first ability to get the heal. This is going to help us jungle quite early. Oh, by the way, in case you want to see, you want to know a bit more about this team comp, I'm together with Ringo in the jungle, whereas Blackfeather is in lane. I know, weird, right? But this is how they want to play it, and they indicated during the hero selection that they wanted to play weapon power, both of them. So I was like, oh, okay. This is a great time for me to use Adagio because, you know, as you know, his B ability helps to give a buff to heroes, increasing their weapon power. So if both my heroes are going weapon power, then it'll be great for me because that way we can really do some damage onto the enemies. So here we are, just doing our first shopping here. Now, so why do I say Adagio is a rather difficult hero to use? Well, first things first, he is not like a Catherine or an Arden who can rush to the battle quickly. Arden has his Vanguard and he has his Blood for Blood, which allows him to close the gap onto to enemy heroes and to catch up and stuff like that. So he's very relevant in that way. And then Catherine, she has a Merciless Pursuit, right? So these allow the supports to catch up with the fight. As Adagio, sometimes, especially with a very fast-moving team comp, for example, like a Blackfeather or a Koshka or something like that, they're going to be really far ahead in the fight. They will jump to the enemy and you'll still be a few meters away, and you need to catch up with your ally to give them the buff or the heal or something. So yeah, so that's one thing. He's a little bit slow. So it's very recommended that you get boots, as well as maybe even a Warhorn. Alright, the next thing about him is that you have to understand his abilities well. Unlike Arden's abilities, it's pretty straightforward. You do a Vanguard, do it to an ally, they get the protection, they get the speed boost and all that. But for this particular hero, once again, like I said, his B ability is best if used on a weapon-powered hero. If your team is primarily crystal-powered, like for example, you have Celeste in lane and Petal in jungle, and they're both going CP, then it wouldn't make a lot of sense for you to give them the buff. Probably it's even better if you give yourself the buff, because if you give yourself a buff, you actually and you start hitting the enemies who are already burning with the arcane fire, you actually get additional damage as compared to if you were to give that buff to a weapon powered hero. So you might as well just throw the buff onto yourself. Yeah, so that's one thing to know. Then the A ability, you probably want to heal a hero you want to heal your ally who is near enemy minions or just the enemy heroes. The reason why is because that way you can make sure that the heroes or the enemy minions will burn with the arcane fire, allowing you to recover some of your energy. Because if you don't do that, you will find that you will run out of energy very quickly in Adagio, because he's all about his abilities, right? All about the heal, all about the buff. So you need to make sure that you try to make sure that when you're applying the heal onto yourself or onto your allies, that some enemies or minions will burn. Otherwise, you're gonna waste a lot of your energy along the way. And of course, it helps if you actually start hitting those that are burning already. So for example, like in this case, we're fighting right here. As you can see, if I do damage onto I died already, by the way. So, but if you can do a lot of damage onto heroes that are burning with the arcane fire. So, and on top of that, if you are hitting those with burning with arcane fire, you will, as Adagio, you will recover a lot of your energy. That way you will never need a battery. Okay, so just take note of that. So you can just focus on other crystal items if you want to. Now the third thing about why it's difficult using an Adagio is because you need coordination. A little bit, not as much as a Finn, for example. The reason why I say that is because you will see this a couple of times in this game where I throw them a buff because I see them going in. Or I throw them a heal because I see them going in. And just as I was about to throw them the heal or a buff, they U-turn or they turn around. And then my heal doesn't end up burning any hero. My buff is gone to waste because they disengage from the enemy. And that's a lot of waste of my energy. And that's why I say it has to be coordinated. Your teammates must tell you, hey, I'm ready to go in. So throw me the buff and I'll go in right now. So there has to be that kind of coordination because your buff doesn't last forever. It lasts for about what, 6 seconds? Yeah, I think so. So you might want to make use of that 6 seconds because if you don't, you're gonna waste a lot of it. And the buff can really it really amplifies the damage by quite a bit. So don't underestimate that. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna give the buff to our Blackfeather because he's going in. However, I don't think he was able to take anybody out, was he? I throw him the heal so they'll burn Ringo. So as you can see, if we do hit Ringo, it's gonna be really it hits him really hard right there. And our Blackfeather manages to finish off the Ringo as well. And we're going to go for the turrets. There we go. I throw the heal to the minion just so that the minions can stay in there a bit longer, and of course apply the burn onto the turret. It also helps in taking down objectives too. And here we are really low now. Our Ringo does die before I can throw him a heal. I do throw myself a heal so that I can slow the enemy Blackfeather down a little bit. And as you can see, while he's burning, he took a lot of damage right there from me. I throw the heal again to our Blackfeather to cause him to burn, and the burn actually is what took him out in the end. So yeah, so that's the power of Adagio. You can really do a lot of damage as long as you time your A ability right to cause the burn, and then throw the B ability to somebody as well. You can even throw the B ability to your heroes just before you go in. That way, you know, you don't have to worry too much about throwing them the ability later because you want that burst right from the start. Right, so anyway, moving on. We are back into the jungle. Ringo's waiting for me to farm. I got my ultimate right there. So that's good. That's good. And we're just gonna take some money. Yeah, so I'm going to be building, of course, the usual support items such as the Fountain of Renewal. But one thing that I really want to build as an Adagio, as I've mentioned in my previous video before, is crystal power. Because all my abilities, they scale off my crystal power. Like my heal will heal more based on my crystal power, and my buff. Okay, so the total weapon power I give to an ally is also based off my crystal power too. So there we go. I'm gonna give the buff to the Blackfeather. Nice work by Ringo to rotate down to help us here. We're chasing after the Arden, and a big Hellfire Brew comes in. However, my Ringo is in big trouble. I am not able to help him out here, so I'm just gonna retreat right there, and I'm just gonna throw a heal to myself to burn the enemy Blackfeather so that my Blackfeather can take him out. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good there. Although I did sacrifice myself, that's okay. That's okay. You know, the most important thing there is to keep your allies alive. So that's what happened there. And our Blackfeather managed to take some farm and even take out the enemy Ringo, I believe. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there we go. As you can see, he finished him off. My goodness. Okay, so now our Blackfeather's in trouble. I'm gonna try to get there. Oh, okay, but he's fine. He's fine. So, okay, all's good. Alrighty. So, here we are in lane, waiting for something to happen here. We know that they might want to fight. So, but as you can see, the gold miner is also full. I was thinking, do we want to take it? Like, you know, since they're all distracted by stuff. And then I realized that I saw Arden just now down at the shop. So I'm not sure if he's going to try to disrupt this. No, he's not. Okay, so we got the 300 gold. Yippee! And there's a Ringo right over there. and I want to go in. I was hoping that actually that the Black Feather would go for Ringo instead of going for the minions, and then I would throw him a heal. So I'll throw him the heal right now, and you see that he walked away. So that needs to be the coordination right there, because otherwise I would have gotten that energy back if he had gone in. And now I'm in a bit of a precarious scenario here, and I am dying very quickly. They're aiming me. Very interestingly, they are focusing me too, while my ally is doing the damage. That's fine, but I think I also understand why they would aim for me. Oh goodness. Why they would actually go for me instead is because they don't want me to stay in the fight long. Because every second that I stay in the fight, I'm getting my cooldown on my A and B ability, and the moment I come in with my A ability again, you know, it's gonna do so much damage. A or B ability is gonna do a lot of damage to the enemy team. So I think they want to stop the buff, stop my allies from being too strong. So that's why they're kind of wanting to take me out there. Or it could just be because I'm out of position or something. I don't know. Yeah, so... Alright, so here we go. We are going in for the fight. This time I throw the heal and Ringo does burn from it. So that's pretty good. At least I get some of my energy back. Yeah. See, already as it is, I'm full health. I mean, my energy is full now. So that's good. Can go back to taking some farm. Okay, and... Alright, so now back to status quo. So far in the game, we're pretty even, I must say, in terms of the whole scoreline now. Getting enough kills, getting the same amount of kills. Gold, we shouldn't be too far apart as well, except for the one time that we took the gold miner. Yeah, so everything's quite even now. I'm going for my Stormguard banner because this is going to help me to do more damage onto the enemies, especially if they're already burning with my arcane fire. And if, yeah, you know, if I keep hitting them, it's gonna do a lot of damage there. Right, so... Oh, there we go. There's a gauntlet going in there. I'm gonna try to throw a heal onto Black Feather, who tries to stay in the fight long enough. I do my ultimate, which is blocked by Arden, and I throw another heal onto Black Feather, but now my energy is getting really low here, so I need to be careful. I do see the turret very low, so I decide to just go in for the turret. And we do take it out eventually, so that's good. Alrighty, so now we have quite a bit of a gold advantage because of the turret. I'm gonna get a coat of plate. Okay, makes sense because I wanna defend myself against their weapon power heroes. I think the both of them went weapon power as well, if I'm not wrong. Maybe we'll see in the score sheet later. Sorry, I kind of forgot about this match. Okay, dokes. So off we go again. Gonna push lane, I think. Yeah, probably makes more sense. So I'm just gonna go in first. And yeah, all right. So going to the jungle. I see them right over there. Okay, I see them running away. So I'm just gonna take the farm, since they're not gonna take it. And Arden is coming up over here. I'm just gonna just block him away from taking this farm from us. And look at the damage going on down to Arden already as it is after just a few seconds. And there goes the Hellfire Brew onto the Ringo. And we're able to just finish him off. No, we're not. And our Black Feather goes way too deep there and got pinged by our own Ringo. And yeah, I was kind of thinking the same as well. Why would you want to dive so deep into enemy lines? I know he wanted the Ringo really bad, but sometimes there are some fights that are not worth it. I mean, you got him to so low, he's gonna have to report back anyway. So that's okay. You know, that's okay. It's almost as good as a kill at this point in the game. So there's no need for you to have to finish him off, unless there's a chance for us to push that advantage into finishing off the other two. But there was no way. They were right by the turret. So once again, like I keep telling people, don't get kills for the sake of killing. There must be an objective at the end of the day. If you're gonna kill, make sure you kill and you are able to use that kill to push for an objective. There's no point just getting kills for the sake of killing, especially when you're not in the position to get the kill. Like he was right there at the turret. So yeah, it was pretty bad on our part. But it's okay. Here we are, just trying to do lots of damage onto the enemies right there. Ringo is using a lot of his energy. He needs to be very careful here because I think he doesn't realize that now you're twirling silver and of course your Achilles heel shot is going to cost a lot of energy in the long run. Alright, so here I am, just bought myself a heavy prism. This is going to help me heal my heal my allies even more. Heal my enemies, jeez. Okie dokie. So, here we go. Ringo, time to farm. I'm going to take the minion mine first because I want to make sure our lane is not going to be pushed on our side. Okay, and just like that, I got all my energy back. Did you see that? I was like, with this much energy, just burning the minion mine, I got all my energy back. So that's good. So there you go. 9 kills to 8. We're down in 1 kill, but we're doing pretty good for ourselves. We got 1 turret. We got the gold mine once as well, and now we are in a position to go for another fight. But they ran away. Not surprised. And they're still there. Okay, Ringo is alone, so we want to go in on Ringo. I throw the heal to Ringo, buff to Black Feather. We're doing everything we can to take him out, and I don't think we were able to. Another wasted fight there. Very slippery character, that Ringo. Okay, so I decided, okay, let's do something else then. Let's try to go for the turret. Not a good idea now. We are in the gauntlet now. I need to get my team out of there, so I'm just gonna throw a heal onto my... Oh no, I was gonna throw a heal to Black Feather, I think. Nice there. Oh, very... Ooh, look at that. Look at that damage onto the enemy Ringo, especially by our own Ringo. I think our Ringo had a lot of crits right there onto the enemy Ringo. My goodness me. I heard that little click sound in his gun anyway to indicate it was a critical hit, and like, whoa, pretty devastating right there. Yeah. Attack speed Ringo is scary. Like, I know its attack speed is nothing without damage, but like if you could get a Sorrow Blade onto Ringo and then just build attack speed like Tornado Trigger, Bone Saw, or even Breaking Point, man, he's scary. It's like I don't think a person could actually hit that fast using a gun. Okay, so there you go. We're doing pretty well. This Ringo is farming out very well indeed. I wish I looked at the scoreboard more often so I can see. Let's see what they're building. Alright, I'm gonna get a contraption, I think. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't get a Warhorn. I needed one actually, to be honest, but I think I also said I needed vision. I want to see where they're hiding. I want to know where they are at all times. And here we go for the enemy Ringo, who's caught out of position right here. I throw the heal onto Black Feather and the buff as well to finish him off. And look at how little health he has left. But I think thanks to you see there, I got the kill on Ringo. And I was like, how did I get the heal? I think it was because of the burn. Yeah. And now look at the damage coming out from both of them as I throw them a buff as well. My goodness me, they just melted. And we're just gonna take one more turret right here. I tell them I'm going to get the Kraken. Yeah, it's time to get the Kraken to push our win further. Okay, throw the heal onto myself, and look at my energy just regenerate right there. Okay. So as you know, Kraken is more susceptible to weapon damage now. So both my heroes being weapon powered, they can take down the Kraken really quickly. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys knew, in this patch at 1.15 they made it in such a way that the Kraken would fall faster to weapon power than crystal power. So next time, if you guys are taking team fights and stuff like that, and it's time to, you know, split jobs, one taking the Kraken and one pushing lane, try to get the weapon power hero to take the Kraken instead. It's much faster that way. Yep. Okay, so we do lots of damage onto the Ringo, who just dies right there. And check this out. Check how fast we burn down this. Oh, this Arden. Nice finish there by our Black Feather. Okay, I'm gonna throw the buff to Black Feather again, but that enemy Black Feather keeps running into base. wasting my buff there. I try to go back to help our Blackfeather, but he dies in the process. And I said, okay, you know what? Forget it. Let's just go for the turrets. And Ringo right there versus Blackfeather. I throw him the heal, and he's burning from the fire, and he dies. There you go. So that was that's GG, guys. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the game so far. So as you can see, Adagio works very well with weapon power heroes. He does a lot of he gives the buff gives a lot of damage, in damage bonus to your weapon power hero. So good game there by both my Blackfeather and Ringo. The enemy team's Blackfeather was massive as well, 10 kills right there. He was scary at one point in time, but eventually as the game went on, my team got stronger and stronger, and they got more fed as well. So as you can see, the enemy Ringo didn't have a lot. He had 124 farm in lane, which is not bad, but he went the tension bow and alternating current. I'm not sure what kind of build he's trying to go with there. It's neither here nor there. You're not going to get damage either way. So take note, if you're going to build Ringo, please don't build it like that. So anyway, guys, hopefully you like this video. Please let me know what you think about it. Let me know how I can play better, what you think about Adagio, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you, and take care.